All right, y'all. Y'all know what this is. Shiloh Sanders, which, let me say this. I like Shiloh. I really do. I like Shiloh Sanders. And I thought that he was one of the people who really took a love and appreciation to his time at Jackson State. He was determined to walk across that stage as a graduate. And, that just kind of is what it is. He just caught a little bit of ire on some statements that he made that went viral. I want to pull up exactly where it was. This isn't coming to us from a website, but Shiloh recently participated. Okay, of course, this is killing me. This is killing me. All right, Shiloh recently participated at the Shrine Bowl. He was mentioned as a standout. There were a lot of people who were kind of going in on Shiloh because they saw some clips and they're like, hey, man, you ain't no Shador. You ain't this, you ain't that. And so he was actually questioned about those statements. And so let me just go ahead and pull up the clip. In the midst of it, he mentioned or made a reference to Cheeto Von Satan, President Trump. Let's just play the clip real quick.
I mean, if you just hate me or you want to hate me, then, hey, hold on, bro, hold on. And if you just want to hate, yeah.
Okay, wait, let's go back some.
I'm training in Colorado. Not a lot of distractions out there, so I can really just grind, so I can run this 4.4, because that's what I'm striving for right now, that 4.4.
Say that again, your goal is what for 40-yard dash?
4.4.
Yeah. And then you talked about those little clips that people posted out there. What do you want people to know?
I mean, if you just hate me or you want to hate me, then, hey, hold on, bro, hold on. And if you just want to hate, yeah, of course, paint me in a bad picture. They do that to our president. They do that to everybody, so I'm not going to be safe from it. But it does get aggravated whenever you put in work and you're working on your craft and people just steadily destroying you. But it really don't matter. I just care about what the scouts think. I care about what Coach Prime thinks and my family think. And I got a good circle around me, so I really don't let that stuff affect me. It's just really stupid. People always just try to destroy you, and I don't do nothing bad to nobody.
All right. So listen, again, I like Shiloh. And I agree with his overall sentiment. His overall sentiment was you got to keep your circle tight. There are going to be some people who hate just for the sake of hating. That is a true statement. What caught everybody's attention was he said, like they do our president. And that's what went viral. And, whether you agree or you don't agree, I thought that this statement by Stephen Gaither of HBCU Game Day made a good point that I wanted to flesh out a little bit. Said, seriously, what is it about football that makes black men lean right politically? Clearly not all, but many. Now, I've had this discussion, gosh, I can't tell you how many times, especially coming from the high school that I came from, and knowing a lot of those football players, growing up with them, and just seeing how standout athletes are treated versus other athletes, especially when you're coming from, because this starts early on, right? We're talking about, they identify these players in elementary, middle school, particularly in high schools when they start to really dig into it. And there's this veil of faux white privilege that a lot of these players enjoy. It's a shield almost from, just like he said, his coaches, the scouts, this, to that. This is exactly what Shiloh just said. And so in a lot of senses, they will try to shield them from these types of things that go on within the community. And as they matriculate through high school and then into college, depending on where they're going, depending on how many stars they're ranked when they come out of high school, it continues, right? So what you end up having is you end up having these young Black men and Black women who are these star athletes that are so sheltered into thinking, because they're enjoying a glimpse of a privilege that their white counterparts kind of live with throughout their entire life, they tend to gravitate towards it. And it's not everybody. Obviously, it's not everybody. But even when you look, when you talk about Division I colleges, and this is something that Shador talked about how, at Jackson State, a lot of those guys, you see your counterparts at the Alabamas, the Ole Miss, the Auburns, the UGAs, the Texas A&M, and the NCAA rules are so strict on them that they don't, he was surprised to see there were football players at Jackson State who had jobs. Well, I'm not being funny. We definitely knew that. What's going on, Doc? So it's not uncommon that people in that position, and you got to think, Shiloh, Shador, and Shalomi, and all of them, before they were identified as star athletes, purely because of their father, they had a veil of privilege that a lot of other people who look like them just don't have. And so I don't think that he was saying it in a way, I think he just has a different perspective. And the other part of it is there's just some people who support Donald Trump that are Black, rich and poor. That's not my place to tell you what to do or what not to do. But to answer Steven's question more specifically, yeah, I mean, as much as we like Shiloh, we're not going to act like this isn't par for the course of an athlete in his position. And I don't think that it makes him a bad person, but I do think that it should bring light to the fact that, yeah, you do have this veil of, man, Doc, I can't wait for you to speak on it. Are you going to talk about it on the show? I cannot wait for you to speak on it. And what's crazy, when we were talking last week, you told me that you were you told me that that you were headed there, and it just didn't dawn on me. So I can't wait to when. Yeah, good deal. Let me know when you go live. I'm gonna be in the comments because I want to get your thoughts on it. But again, athletes in general enjoy a privilege that a lot of other students don't. This starts at elementary, it works its way up all through college. All right, yeah, y'all make sure y'all log in HBCU Overdrive at 7 p.m. on YouTube. He also broadcasts on Twitter. So HBCU Overdrive on Twitter, HBCU. Well, Doc, it's because of course I'm blanking right now. I'm blanking. Let me just go ahead and HBCU Overdrive on Twitter and on YouTube, 7 p.m. Central Time. Make sure y'all locked in for it. But there is a veil of white privilege that these athletes are showered in. My god brother, gosh, I can't remember the dude's name. The guy that the Blind Side was made about. My god brother played on the team with him in Memphis, and he talked about for years the difference in how other members of the team were treated versus I think Michael was his name. I'd like to know if he was talking about. I don't think so. I got to be honest with you. I don't think that he was talking about presidents in general. I think he was talking specifically about Donald Trump. But he talked about how there was a difference in how those athletes were treated. And it puts you in those rooms with the people who support someone like a Donald Trump. And many times your endorsements, your upward mobility, your media coverage, all things that are tied to your brand are contingent on those people who support someone like Donald Trump. So I think it's important to realize that. I think it's important to also know, because let's be real, there was a few people who felt that way about Colin Kaepernick before he took the knee. So it's not everybody, but I do think that it is. I do think it's part of the culture of it, and I think it's something that just as collegiate sports continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger each year, we're going to see more of. All right.